Hey, you just finished your first UX case study. You spent almost 3 to 4 weeks on it and you think it looks good. And then someone tells you, post it on LinkedIn. And immediately your brain starts saying something like that. Who is going to care? And I'm nobody. I have no followers. I don't even have a job yet. And what am I even going to write? So I can understand this is what going in your mind. So I have trained 4,600 plus designers at Aspira. I see this exact fear every single batch, and I am going to tell you today not just why you should post, but exactly what to post, when to post, and what happens when you do. Hi, I'm Rambal, 25 years in design, product, and branding. So I run a design agency. So I have watched students get hired with zero followers, and I have watched students with portfolios that were stronger not get a single call. And LinkedIn is where that visibility starts. So I'm going to ask one small question before we go further. So are you on LinkedIn right now? Yes, I do sometimes. Option B, I have an account, but I don't post. Option C, I don't even have an account yet. So drop in A or B or C in the comments. So I will tell you exactly where to begin. The real question behind the question. So when a junior designer asks me, should I post on LinkedIn? I hear a different question. The real question is, will anyone take me seriously if I don't have a job yet? So here is the truth. LinkedIn is not a job board. It is a credibility builder. So recruiters don't just go to LinkedIn to post jobs. They go there to search for people, and when they land on your profile, they are not checking your job title. So they are checking about, is this person thinking like a designer, right? So if you don't post, your profile is a blank wall. So zero signal. So if you do post, even as a student, you show process, thinking, growth. So that is exactly what a hiring manager wants to see. The three fears and how to kill them. See, there are three fears that stop junior designers from posting. So let me go through each one. So fear number one, I have nothing valuable to say. So you think LinkedIn is for the experts, but for people with the 10 years of experience, you think your opinion doesn't count yet. But think about it from this angle. So you are literally learning UX right now. So you are the target audience for every junior designer who comes after you. So your learning journey is the content. So I just learned about usability heuristics. So here is what surprised me about the heuristics number 6. That post will get more engagement than a senior designer's a theoretical post because it is real. So fear number 2, what if I post something wrong? See, I hear this all the time. Students are scared of being corrected publicly, right? So here is my take. So being corrected on LinkedIn is not an embarrassment, it is a conversation. So when a senior designer comments and says, actually, here is another way to think about this. So, do you know what just happened? A senior designer just engaged with you. So, that is called networking. So, that is a visibility. So, use the correction, update your thinking, and post about what you learned. So, that's 3 posts out of 1 mistake. Fear number 3, nobody will see it anyway, right? So, I can understand. So, this one is partly true. Your first 5 posts, maybe 50 people see them. But here is what I have seen happen at Aspera consistently. A student posts 3 times a week for 6 weeks. By week number 8, a recruiter comments. By week number 10, someone DMs them. So I saw your case study post. We have a role you might fit. So the LinkedIn algorithm rewards the consistency and recruiters watch. They don't always comment, but they watch. What to actually post on LinkedIn, the exact formats. Okay, so what do you actually post? So let me give you 5 formats that work. So the format number 1, the learning post. So today I learned about the difference between the UX and UI. So I used to think they were the same thing. Here is how a product I use every day changed my understanding. So it's a very simple, honest, searchable, and it shows a growing designer. Format number 2, the process post. Share one screen from your case study before and after. So explain your decision in 3 lines. Recruiters don't want to read a 10 slide case study on LinkedIn. They want a window into how you think. One insight is worth more than the 10 slides. Format number three, the app observation post. Open any app you use daily. Find one UX decision that either works brilliantly or frustrates you. So take a screenshot, write 4 lines about why, post it. So why does Swiggy show the restaurant rating before the delivery time? So here is what I think they are optimizing for. So that is not a student content, that is a designer content. Format number four, the feedback post. I just got a feedback on my wireframes. I thought the flow was clear. My reviewer said it wasn't. So here is what I changed and why. So vulnerability plus growth. That combination performs extremely well on LinkedIn. So people don't connect with the perfections, they connect with the honesty. Format number five, the ask post. So you can put it something like this. I am working on a travel booking app and I'm stuck between the two navigation patterns. So which one would you use and why? This invites the senior designers and product people to engage. And engagement builds your algorithm. When and how often you can post on LinkedIn. See, people always ask me, how often should I post? So my answer, 3 times a week minimum for the first 3 months. Monday, a learning post or a process post from your current project. Wednesday, an app observation or feedback post. Friday, anything, a question, a reflection, what you are working on this weekend. So, best time to post 8 to 9 a.m. or 6 to 7 p.m. So, working hours start and end. But honestly, consistency beats the timings. Post when you can, post every week. Don't stop. The designers who got noticed at Aspira were in the most talented. They were the most consistent. So before you post on LinkedIn, follow the profile basics. So one more thing before you start posting. So your profile needs to be set up in a very proper manner, not a very perfect manner, just functional. So you need to have one profile photo, a real photo, good lighting, clean background. So no cartoon, no avatars, no blurry selfie, no your school day photos. So headline, not student at Aspera. Write something like aspiring UX designer, learning design for fintech and healthcare apps. So about section have some 3 lines. Who you are, what you are learning, what kind of a role you want. Featured section, so link to your Behance or portfolio website. So even if it has one project. So you are not lying by presenting yourself as a designer. You are a designer, you have just early in your career. Let me say this very clearly because I have seen this play out hundreds of times. The students who got hired fastest from Aspera were not always the best designers in the batch. They were the ones who made themselves visible. So LinkedIn was a big part of that. You don't need a job to post on LinkedIn. You need to post on LinkedIn to get a job. One thing I want you to do right now before you close this video. So open LinkedIn, write one sentence about what you are working on today as a designer. Just one sentence. Post it. That is your first post. So it starts there. If you want to go deeper, I have put a link in the description for Aspira's next free demo class. Come in, see what we are building, and let's talk about your design career. If this video helped you, like it and share it with one friend who is also learning design. So they need to hear this too. Subscribe to this channel. I cover the UX, product thinking, career strategy every week. So real talk, no fluff. I'm Ramban. See you in the very next meaningful topic. Until then, bye bye.